Hello everyone, welcome back to Logan's Weather Channel. It is Thursday, April 2nd, and we have some severe weather to talk about here in the United States. First of all, we have a few areas of general thunderstorms down here in Florida, excluding the top, and the panhandle up. And then up here, centered around Wyoming, including parts of Idaho, Montana, South Dakota, a little bit of North Dakota, Nebraska, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and a bit of Oregon. And then a more larger area of general thunderstorms all the way from Louisiana into central Texas, out up to Nebraska again, up into the upper peninsula of Michigan, and reaching even into Canada. Then as far east as Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New York areas. And then inside of that, we have a marginal risk. That's the darker green right in here, this area. And that is a 5% chance of severe weather. That reaches from Mississippi, Arkansas, Missouri, into a little bit of Nebraska, Iowa, a little bit of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, and then all the places in between there, including Indiana, and that's basically it that I didn't mention. And then in this yellow area, this is a slight risk area. That means 15% chance of severe weather. And this includes places like Michigan, more of Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, a little bit of Arkansas, maybe a little bit of Kentucky and Tennessee, Missouri. And then in the middle of this, in this orange area here, we have an enhanced risk, which is a 30% chance of severe weather. This is northern Illinois, eastern Iowa, and then southern Wisconsin. This enhanced risk includes places like Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Madison, Wisconsin, and Chicago, Illinois. And so now we'll dive in a little bit deeper on the exact threats. So this is your hail outlook. This brown is for a 5% chance of hail, and the yellow is a 15%. The 5% chance reaches a little bit into Michigan, Wisconsin, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, a little bit of Mississippi, and then Kentucky, Tennessee, a little bit of Ohio, most of Illinois, actually all of Illinois, and Indiana. And then in the central part of that, there is this yellow, 15%. This includes extreme southern parts of Wisconsin, southeastern parts of Iowa, Missouri, a little bit of Arkansas, and then Illinois. And this is probably the lowest threat that we have. Although hail can be damaging, the rest of the threats are much more dangerous in this system. And now we'll look at tornadoes. For this tornado risk, there's that green area, that's the 2% chance, the brown 5%, and the yellow 10. And then in the hatched area, these little black lines, that is a chance for EF2 tornadoes inside of that area. So this tornado threat includes places like Michigan, Wisconsin, a little bit of Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois as well. But the main risk is going to be, again, in that enhanced risk area, which is northern Illinois, Iowa, and then a little bit of Wisconsin. And now here's the wind threat. Now I saved this for last because it looks like this could be really the main show. Now tornadoes are possible and likely, but I just think winds are going to be more of the main threat. Now this brown area is a 5% chance, the yellow is a 15, and the red is a 30. And then there's the hatched risk. Again, that's those black lines. And so this wind threat includes Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, a little bit of Nebraska, Missouri, and Illinois. And its highest 30% risk is that exact same place that was in the enhanced orange risk for 30% severe weather, and that's northern Illinois, southern Wisconsin, and eastern Iowa. So we already have some strong weather started here. This is in Texas, Louisiana area. There's a little line here right on the cold front that's coming through. And this is actually only in the general thunderstorms area, so this shouldn't be severe, but there is always a chance that it could be. And this is near Shreveport here in Louisiana. And this is for 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts. But for the most of the country here in this general thunderstorms area, there are a few thunderstorms already started along the cold front, right about where that black line is here. And actually on the top side, or the cold side here, there is some ice storms, and then also some winter storms here. There's already ice storm criteria here at 0.36 inches. The criteria for ice storms is only 0.25, so this is definitely above that. And that's right around in the Green Bay area here in Wisconsin. And then there are also some red flag warnings here in Kansas, Texas, Oklahoma, and then New Mexico and Colorado. Now, this is the WPC, or Weather Protection Center's outlook for flash flooding, and there is a marginal risk, which is at least 5% chance in this green area, including parts of Michigan, Wisconsin, Iowa, and Illinois. This again includes cities like Cedar Rapids, Chicago, and Madison, as well as Green Bay and even Grand Rapids. And that is basically all the weather that I wanted to talk about today. Make sure you stay safe here in any of these severe weather areas and just keep an eye on the skies. Make sure you have ways to receive warnings, and I will see you guys next time.